The Breakfast Point site is a 51.82 hectare piece of land located on the Mortlake Peninsula, approximately 9 kilometres west of the Sydney CBD, and is wholly located within the Canada Bay local government area.
The site was previously used by AGL as a gasworks until 1998, where, after a tender process, Rose Court was chosen in conjunction with AGL to acquire, remediate and develop the site.
Local buses from the Whittaker Street terminus travel frequently to neighbouring suburbs, major universities, local train stations and the city centre. Breakfast Point is centrally located for easy access to major roadways, including a connection to Sydney's west via the M4 motorway.
During the remediation process, the site was subject to extensive reshaping, with large areas excavated to base rock and filled in order to support vegetation. Within this aspect of the development, they have maintained a positive social sustainability. As the site slopes up from the water, they have made a successful implementation of stepping up the heights of the buildings to enable maximum views for all its residents. By having extensive water frontage to the north and the east and the higher land to the south and west, the site is well protected from the winter winds and will benefit from the cooling summer breezes.
As the old structures on the gasworks were torn down, a lot of the materials were recycled. The old stone structures were used as road base, and the on-site sandstone was used to maintain the 1.5 kilometre sea wall. Both processes can be seen as an excellent use of old materials, taking advantage of the resources on site. The use of low emission glass as well as LED downlights. The predominant primary wall colours are warm, light tones, this encouraging provision of reflected light and feeling of warmth to both public and private domains in a comparatively dense built environment. Windows of habitable rooms are a minimum of 12 metres apart. However, if these distances are not achievable, other design measures such as appropriate window and balcony locations are incorporated. All built elements not part of the building are designed to blend into the landscape to minimise their visual intrusiveness.
Like the townhouse, the apartment blocks use low emission glass and LED downlights to reduce their impact on the environment. Building heights are designed to minimise the amenity impact of the new development on adjoining areas, ensuring that buildings are appropriately scaled in relation to street widths and open space. Passive solar features have been put into place for light, solar access and ventilation. This is evident through the use of large windows, allowing for greater amounts of light to penetrate the apartment. Each of the apartment buildings also has their own grey water tank. This is predominantly used for watering the landscape around the Breakfast Point area. Within each of the property types, both social and environmental sustainability measures have adequately met the basics requirements. However, through our observation, we believe that more sustainable measures could have been implemented. These will be noted in our recommendations. Breakfast Point is a $554 million development that has contributed to major residential growth in an identified urban renewal area. The development has also provided continuing employment for over 1,000 construction workers.
There is an annual budget of $2.5 million for the Community Association to maintain the premises to a sufficient level in order to uphold the specific standards expected by the residents.
Approximately $400,000 a year is spent on landscape maintenance. Due to the fact they have underground water storage, this figure is much less than what would have been forecasted if the precinct was gaining water off the mains. The way in which Breakfast Point has increased the value of their development is by maintaining a healthy relationship within the community. This can be seen through the fact that realtors are now seeing a trend where 50% of all sales are referral sales. The development approval also allowed for a marina to be built. However, due to much scrutiny and in order to maintain a positive sense of social sustainability, the project was set aside and did not go ahead. In terms of value, we believe this was not the right decision. The implementation of the marina would have increased the value of the properties, as is seen as a desirable feature.
After close scrutiny of the Breakfast Point development, we have come to the conclusion that the site is adequately sustainable as it meets BASIC's requirements, although it can be noted that there is a need for a greater movement towards sustainability.
We recommend the implementation of solar panelling on the roofs of each of the buildings within the development. Solar energy is not only sustainable, it is renewable, and this means that we will never run out of it. We also recommend for future developments that they look into using recycled materials for the basis of their building structures. This will reduce the embedded energy of the developments as there is no need for a manufacturing process. Similar developments may also seek to investigate the use of tri-generation technology, which uses a tri-generation engine running on natural or renewable gases to produce low carbon electricity, heating and air conditioning for all connected buildings.